Pivawum Matsame. How you say it?
Pivotov.
Pivoto.
Was it bottom? Bottom.
What them? What them?
Bottom.
Back on Facebook.
Yeah.
Back on Facebook.
Back.
Wow.
Wow.
Excuse me,
Gotta
sorry.
get us taken down
We're
right
back
away.
on.
5 seconds. Not even back
Already
on
kicked off.
5 seconds. But we're back. You know, we are back on Facebook.
Good job.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are the tour program, the Shiny Rapo Tribal Office of Recovery. We're acting brand new because we've been off of Facebook for a little while.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
You know, we kept it going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you may not be familiar with our YouTube channel, but we're at CNA-Tour on YouTube. So make sure you follow us on there too. But you know, hopefully we get our all our watchers back.
Yeah.
You know, get our
Get
fans
all our
back.
followers.
Yeah,
Number
followers.
one followers.
I mean,
Loyal. Yeah.
but you know, we had a couple people follow us over to YouTube too. So you know, we always appreciate that. You know, we appreciate any love that we get. So you know, we always try to show it back. So if you could, you know, leave a comment with us. You know, let us know how many days you got. Let us know kind of where you're from.
Yeah, where you represent.
You know, I
res?
know we always had like the Finger Lakes folks always tuning in. You know, we had the Nevada people. You know, we had some New Mexico, California. You know, like we had different folks from all over the country.
Boris from Germany.
Boris
Yeah,
from
it's in
Germany. You know, Mr. Frankenstein.
Mhm.
You know, and I got to meet him. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good brother. He's a good brother. And you know, but yeah, we're back. Feels kind of good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to know that we get an opportunity. You know, because to me, that's what it's about, right?
Right.
It's the opportunity that we get to have these conversations and we get to talk. This is a safe place.
Yeah.
You know, we get to talk about recovery and what it looks like. You know, and it looks different all over the country.
Yeah.
Even in this room, you know, my recovery looks different than your recovery.
Yep. And his
So,
recovery looks.
yeah. Yeah. So, you know,
Her recovery.
all are important to us. You know, all roads, all the red roads are important to us. So, you know, that's why we try to create this space. That's why we enjoy doing this live. You know, even when he's burping on the mic. You know,
man,
like
yeah, my bad. Welcome them back. Yeah.
you should have heard me before we went.
Yeah.
This seat is extra warm.
Yeah. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Domingo Whiteman. Nahishave. Nahista Bono.
What's your Cheyenne name?
Uh, it's Sunday, so it's Max Hailne.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of our language peoples, and they were letting me know, like, I know, like, Sunday's like the holy day, so
Yeah,
the Max Hailne shift.
that's cool.
And just for like a name for somebody, it's like Max Hailne.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Was there any reasoning why? Did your mom ever tell you why she named you Domingo? Was you
She's
born on a Sunday?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
Well, that was my dad's side, but my mom was wanting me to be Bruce.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, your name is Bruce,
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, middle name's Bruce, but Domingo came from my dad's side. His great grandpa was named Domingo.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah.
Well, you know, they're natives too.
Yeah.
You know,
Sal.
so that's pretty awesome. You know, and
And
so yeah.
I got to meet a couple people over the years, like their grandpa's either named Domingo or their dad or just somebody. So it's kind of cool. I was like, "Is that we got the same grandpa?" Yeah. Hold up.
Primo.
Yeah. Hermano. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. A little bit of information I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Oh.
Well, my Cheyenne name is
job,
Flying Out. Hoe Ha. Hall.
What? Oh.
Hoyt Hall. I got it right here.
Mm.
You know, people always ask me, does that say hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, my name is Hoyt
Oh.
Hall, which means flying out in Cheyenne. Southern Cheyenne, dog soldier.
Mm.
And I am from Thomas, Oklahoma.
Terry.
You know, and I am 1,626 days sober,
Mm.
which is
Good
4
job, Uncle.
years, 5 months, and like 12
Yeah,
days or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have to look, but yeah, I'm right around there. I could be lying, you know, might be a day off or something, but yeah. So we are back on Facebook. We've been gone for about a month, because of Theta. Yeah. Theta was on here getting mad, cussing around. Just back on, so we're very happy
Yeah.
to be back on. You know, we're very you know, we
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're really a soundbite. Go ahead, let him hear it. Yes, that is our very own.
Yeah.
What's your Cheyenne name, Theta?
What's your shiny? Dahnet.
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 Measuring woman. And that goes right along with what you're doing today. Wow. Measuring woman. That's pretty cool. You know, my mom's, hers is it has two translations. It can either mean drinks anything woman, or it can mean maker woman. So I just had it in my head.
Mm.
Let's get her on the line.
I know, right? Yeah, let's call my mama.
Friend.
Oh, Jane.
But yeah, but she has, but the way that my aunt, because my auntie, you know, she used to be able to talk Cheyenne, and she, before she passed away, she said more than likely they wouldn't name somebody drinks anything woman, you know, so they would probably, more than likely it was maker woman. But I don't know if they even know where it came from. I have one aunt still alive that we could ask, but she lives in California. I know, right? And I've only had a few chances to talk to her, and she told me like some history that I never knew. You know, like her name is Zola, my aunt Zola. Yeah, you got to do it today. Yeah, get it today. You know,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, who we are, where we come from. So, do we have any comments?
Comments, Mr.
Rebellis?
We
Knife
have
Chief.
one from Mr. Cole Elizabeth Hill.
Oh.
10 months and 16 days sober.
Hey, all right,
From Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. We
job,
appreciate
Uncle.
you
Good job,
tuning
Sober
in.
with the love and support of
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
Aho, appreciate you sharing that with us, brother.
Yeah.
That's
Mini
word.
Meadows.
Mini Meadows.
Oh.
I was just trying to.
Yeah,
Work
yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. Oh, there's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Mr. Frankenstein. Good afternoon, brother. Glad you could tune in. You know, me and him had some pretty good talks over there. You know, shared a little bit of his story with me. I wish we would have because Tatum wanted to bring him on, but we just got so busy. Like everybody was kind of, you know, going in their own direction. Like we could never come back to the table and be like, okay, this is what we need to do today. You know, it was just kind of everybody had their own little circle that they were in, and but yeah, you know, next opportunity we get, I want to get them on a mic. Do we have any other?
Did we meet Joy? Got his last name Joy. He was the North in Ida, Utah.
Yeah, that was him.
Is that him?
That's him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Gloria Easter says 18 months sober from
Hey.
Thompson, Manitoba.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. Hey, that's amazing. We appreciate you sharing that with us.
BL says, right, we need to connect again.
Yes, we would
Yeah.
definitely, you know, our paths will cross again. definitely.
If
You
not,
know,
we could figure out how to get him on here, like we
yeah,
did Nat that one day, and he could just jump onto the live if he ever feels like.
yeah,
it.
for sure.
We'll schedule it out though.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out because you know that's one thing that we want to do through this platform is highlight natives recovering all over the country. You know, like that's I don't know, you know, like that's some not something that a lot of people are doing, you know, is like we're trying to connect, we're trying to build this healthy forest and show natives like we're everywhere. You know, this red road is wide and it's expanding every day. So that's what you know, that's part of why we do this, you know, is to highlight, you know, natives in recovery. We like to recover out loud.
Recover out loud.
You know, recover out loud because you know, if you look at any of the statistics, if you look at the numbers, Native Americans, we may be the smallest demographic, where we're at the top of all, you know, of all these substance use related deaths. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, we're like at the top of all these, you know, like, and we just got to show our people something new. You know, we got to show them like this thing is possible. This is what we're doing. This is what we're trying in our community. Maybe you're doing something over there that we can use over here.
Yep.
You know, and that's the whole point. I feel like that's my motivation behind getting on this mic, recovering out loud, and we appreciate everybody that's able to share, you know, your sober time with us.
And definitely show people
That's
like
word.
you're not alone out
Yeah,
there.
you're definitely
This-
not
this
alone.
Circle is
Mm.
massive. It reaches like all the way across the world.
Up to Manitoba, you know, that's
Manitoba,
amazing.
Germany,
All
everywhere across
nations.
the nation, all nations, man. I think that's like the biggest part because we have people that are probably commenting today that have never commented before.
Yeah,
They're
So
watching
it's,
them.
it's a big deal.
it's a big deal. Do we have any more comments?
Joshua Pickett says it's Stongo.
Stongo.
Oh, Mado.
Nat comes on and says, "Come on over to the sobriety world. Everyone is doing it."
Yes, definitely, definitely. You know, and it's good medicine over here. You know, it's good medicine over here. Yeah, you know, at one time I was the problem. You know, but today I get to be the medicine. You know, and I think that's very empowering. You know, and I want to share that with all my people. You know, like not just my tribe. You know, my tribe. This is like a human problem. You know, and just like addiction, it doesn't discriminate. So you know, recovery shouldn't either. So you know, I want to invite all people to the circle, all nations. So, do you have anything that you would like to share?
Oh, just with I don't know, just with elections coming up with our tribe too. Just pray on that.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, and it's a weird time for us.
Yeah.
You know, like because there's okay. I'll give you a little rundown, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like endorse any. We don't endorse nor do we oppose. You know, anything political. You know, like that's. I tried to hold on to like the AA traditions. You know, we don't endorse or we don't oppose. You know, we stay neutral in all of this. But in my tribe, there's over 11,000 or you know people that are able to vote, and only like 2,000,
Voting.
a little bit over 2,000 got out and voted. You know, and that I don't know. You know, like it's just such a disconnect from my people right now.
Yeah.
You know, and then you want to get into like the mud that's being slung right now in my tribe. You know, and it's like the same things that we're against, and some of the people that we're against, we're using some of their very own tactics to put down one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's crazy to me. I don't understand that. You know, like
Wild.
we talk about decolonize and we talk about, you know, how they tried to assimilate us, how they tried to, you know, the different tactics that were used to isolate and divide us. Now we don't even need those people doing those things to us because we do it to each other.
Yep.
You know, like I don't understand that. So, you know, it's a weird time for my tribe right now, but you know, just like everything else, you know, we give those things to the creator.
Yep.
And we allow him to do what he's got to do, you know, and I know most. We all know each other.
Yeah.
We all got to work together still. We got to
Even
find it
after that.
even after that. So, do we have any more comments?
Mr. Randy Nolene says, "Hola" from Honolulu.
Hello.
All right, brothers in there in that thong. He likes to wear his thong over his shoulders, though. Yep, he's a rough one.
Yeah.
He's a village kid. He's a village kid.
Yeah.
Nat says, "We are in the 10th Wellbriety tradition. It fits this political time as well. Leave your ego at the door."
Leave it at the door.
Mr. Daniel Given says, "Oh, I can comment."
Hey, all right. Hunka. That's Hunka right there. Mr. Daniel Givens. Hunka.
Hunka.
Mm-hmm.
Hunka beads.
But it feels good. It feels, it kind of felt weird being on. We had some true followers though that followed us over to YouTube. So it feels good. It feels good to get back on Facebook. To kind of do our thing, because like I said, I just like to create this safe space.
Yeah.
I felt like we had some pretty powerful moments on YouTube.
Yeah.
We had some powerful
We
moments.
brought a
on there.
guest on.
Brought a guest
Holly.
on, and that was powerful.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, go back and check out our YouTube.
C-A.
CNA dash tour.
All of our old speaker meetings.
Yeah, all of our
old
speaker meetings,
podcasts.
every one of these that we've ever done.
Yep.
Is
They're
on
all
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Hey, our Facebook, our memory popped up.
Did it?
Yeah. Where me, you, Darian, and Cassandra did the first.
Oh, the first one. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That was kind of like what ignited this ideal.
Mm-hmm.
As we got on the podcast and we,
Yo.
I think that's when I finally figured out that I'm not scared of a microphone.
Mm.
And you got to shut me the hell up.
Yeah.
You got to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. And I'm just happy. I'm always happy that we just get the opportunity. So
Daniel says, "Is that the same place where I leave my feelings?"
yes,
Yes.
at the dough.
And Cole says, "Where are you guys located?"
We are located in El Reno, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
In the Cheyenne and Arapaho
Oh, no.
Nation. Southern Cheyenne, Southern Arapaho. Because we also have Northern Cheyenne and Northern Arapaho, which they're two separate tribes up there. One's in Arapahos are in Wyoming and Northern Cheyennes are in Montana. But we're located out of Concho, Oklahoma. We basically cover a 13 county area. Here is like our service area, actually 11. But 2 of the counties are just like included because a lot of tribal members live there as well. But yeah, we are located in northwestern Oklahoma. Just a lot of natives. A lot of natives around here. We're not the only tribe around here. There's actually 39 tribes here in Oklahoma. So some people say 38, but Cheyenne and Arapaho, we're 2 different tribes. We're not the same tribe. We have different languages and we have different ways. They just put us together because there's a lot of intermarriage that went on before we were ever settled down as a people here in Oklahoma. So that's why we're Cheyenne and Arapaho. CNA.
Geraldine Doyby says, "Good to see you guys. Enjoy watching from KDAP headquarters."
Hey, all
Hey,
right,
guys.
all right. Tell my boy Charles, my Aunt Karen, tell him all I said what's up.
My brother David Deere says, "Good afternoon."
Stongo David. Stongo at the sky. Che.
Chabon.
Yeah. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Chabon
Well, do we have any? We got another comment. I just seen it pop up.
Jerry Sanders says, "I love you guys. My daughter Olivia Loneman has spoke to you before.
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you sometime. I have quite a story. 17 years sober."
Wow. Yes. Come and share that with us. We have a few different events. Actually, on the 23rd, next week, next Thursday, we will be having our speaker meeting. You know, we have Monday nights here at 1950 South Shepherd here in El Reno. We have a talking circle. Tuesday nights is our women's meeting. And then Wednesday at noon in Oklahoma City at 4400 Southwest 21st at the, what is that called? Native American Resource Center?
Yeah.
That's through the tribe, right?
Yeah.
Through CNAs. We have a talking circle at noon on Wednesdays, and then on Thursdays we have our main talking circle here at 1950 South Shepherd, which we have. That's probably the night that most people come, but you know you're invited every night. And then Fridays we have our men's talking circle here at 1950 South Shepherd.
Yep.
So you know that's a full week of recovery right there. You know, and then we gourd dance.
Yeah.
We usually gourd dance on the weekends. We're part of a gourd clan called Res Covery, All Nations Res Covery. You know, and we had to separate between tour and All Nations. You know, for like we can't accept money at tour, but we can accept donations with our 501. So
yeah. So
you know, we had to become two different entities, but run by the same people.
you can check out our merch.
Yeah, check out our merch. We got a merch line, you know.
Rescovery.org.
Yes, rescovery.org. We have our own Facebook page, All Nations Res Covery, REZCOVERY. And you know, we got a lot of recovery merch on there as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had to become two different things, but yeah, that's usually our week. You know, on Wednesdays we usually sweat.
Yeah.
You know, I like to go sweat. You know, that's part of my recovery. That's the great thing about Wellbriety is that it teaches you how to come back to the circle in a sacred way. You know, in a good way. You know, I can't always be sacred, but
Hey.
you know, I can always show up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the great thing
Showing up.
that I like about Wellbriety. So,
Boom.
do we have any more comments?
Comments, Mr. Knife G.
Stacy Starr says hello.
Hey, Stace.
You know what?
And some guy named Carmelo Rivella says www.rescovery.org.
Who? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
That's word. That's word.
I like this guy's little ad libs all the time.
Well, I mean, somebody got to do it.
So I think like the rest of us don't even mess with that soundboard most of the time.
I know.
But when
We
Mingo's
got
on here, like,
Mingo.
it's like constantly.
That's word.
Hitting the buttons.
Hitting those
And see, we can't hear the buttons because
Yeah.
it goes into the computer and we don't have a speaker. Well, the way it's hooked up right now is we don't have the speaker. Usually we got the camera right here, and then we got a monitor, and then our producer is sitting on the laptop behind the camera. So we got our soundboard right here, and I usually sit over here. This is like everyone knows this is kind of my spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mingo's over there. Just hit all the buttons. Go ahead, hit all the buttons.
Yeah. Wait. We got another comment.
Shelly Yates says you guys sweat every Wednesday.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We tried.
Majority, yeah.
This week we did not because we went and sweat on
Was it Sunday?
Monday.
Monday.
We sweat Monday.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah, on Indigenous Peoples Day. But you know, like we sweat Monday because one of the brothers' sister had open heart surgery Tuesday.
Mm.
So you know, when something like that comes up, you know, we try to sweat ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, that's why we sweat. But you know, there's like a core group of us that show up every time we have a sweat. You know, so yeah, people come. You know, sometimes it'll be too full.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the good thing is we never turn anybody away. You know, somebody told me the other day, like who's running it? And I was like, I don't know. You know, like just show up. Yeah, Mahia showing it. You know,
Hey, Oats charge. and everything.
yeah, you know, and I was just like, I don't know, just show up. She's like, well, I don't want to get ran off, and I was like,
Oh.
I said, I've never been to a sweat where anybody got ran off. You know, like I've never experienced that. I've never seen that. And then she starts telling me a story about when She went to a sweat and she heard somebody got ran off.
Oh,
I was like, damn, that's rugged. You know, like I've never
oh no.
ever experienced. You know, I was always told, you know, like the person who stole your wife or the guy who
Wow.
killed your son, they can show up and you still gotta
Like,
get your pipe out and smoke with
like Donald Trump might come
them.
up.
Yeah, gotta let them in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Carrie Roxon.
Kevin
Yeah.
Stent. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But do we have any more comments? Donald Trump might show
I'm sorry. I'm picturing that like him showing up. That's hilarious. Paula Goodbear says, "Hey fellas."
Hey, Paula Poundstone.
Cassie B says, "Good afternoon."
Good
from
afternoon,
Cassie
Cass.
and Baby Cakes, aka
Hey.
Chris.
All right. Tell my brother I said, what's up? Hope he's feeling better. Hope you're behaving, brother. Hope you stay over there with Cass for a while, man. Kick back and relax. Get better, brother. We need you around.
Yeah, let her take care of you.
Let her take care of you. Yeah, she's on the scooter too.
Good ways.
Well, what do y'all think? Should we go ahead and just dive off into this meditation?
Can.
Yeah.
Jen Miller says hello.
Good
from
morning.
Billings.
I want to
From
say, I keep
Billings.
wanting to say good morning. Good afternoon, Jen.
Good
Good afternoon,
afternoon.
sis.
From
Hope
Billings.
y'all's having good weather up there in Billings.
Bati. Uh-huh. All right.
This guy.
Had nothing to do with what we're saying.
Yeah.
Just singing a random
Talking
song.
about Billings. All right, ready?
Go ahead.
All right, let me. October 16th. Remember, we're in the fall season.
Mm-hmm.
It says many religions have been brought to this land, and the way my religion is, they teach me and they taught me and they told me to respect all religions.
All
and
religions.
I still do that. Horace Extel Nez Pierce. The Creator put on this earth many different religions, which represents different roads to walk to Mahayot, Creator, higher power. All religions are right and good if the path is the path to Creator. Should we be judging which road is better or worse than the other?
Mm.
When we accept each other's way, we can stand in a circle and hold hands and listen to each other as we pray to Creator. Let us be more accepting of the religions of others. Great Spirit, Mahayot, Creator, God, higher power, grandfather, grandmother, Lord, let me know peace.
Mm.
Oh,
powerful.
Strong.
That's a very powerful statement. You know, and I got to admit, you know, in my addiction, before I had this open mind, before I had this, you know, this willingness to do whatever it takes, you know, before I completely surrendered to my addiction, you know, I used to think of giving up, you know, you know, like, I don't know. I always found a way to justify my actions, right? Well, part of me, you know, this whole higher power, this whole God, this whole, you know, Mahayot, Creator, Jesus. I mean, just however, you know, sweet medicine. I mean, you know, I think about erect horns and I think about all these different prophets, you know, that were, I used to pick and choose which ones applied to me. You know, like I would take a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one, you know, and whatever things made me feel better. And then I got sober, and then, you know, I started learning more about my higher power. And what happened was, I'm looking at other people around me get sober. You know, I'm looking at other people around me find Creator, find God, find Jesus, find Allah, you know, like all these different, you know, Jehovah. I mean, there were so many different ways to the creator, I thought that mine was the only one that mattered. And I didn't need a Bible. I could look at nature and see where the creator was present. And I kind of was closed-minded about, because I look at the history of my people and I look at the things that were done to my people, and I held resentments about that. But then I look around me, Carmelo, Cassandra, Theta. I mean, there's just so many great people in my life that are able to accomplish these things, through their own higher power. Who am I to judge? Like it said, there has been many religions that were brought to this land. But even between natives, how our religions are, mine ain't the same as, what the Hopis do, like, how can I be mad about what they're doing over there in Miwok country, or the Florida Seminoles, or, up there at the Finger Lakes, who am I to, because being the person that I used to be, who am I to judge anybody? I found a way to find serenity. I found a way to find peace. And most importantly, I found a way to find freedom. And for me to keep those things, I got to leave my ego at the door. I got to leave who I think I should be, like I find a way to check my ego. I find a way to sometimes I have to pray, Creator, come into my heart, come into my mind. Give me your words that you need me to say. Give me the thoughts that you need me to think, and allow me to do your work. Because I know what happens when Barry gets in the way. Like,
Hey, gonna be
not very good. There ain't very good things that happen. But and that's a constant prayer in my life. Let me be a vessel of your work. Everything that I think that I know about recovery, remove those things from me and give me what you need to happen in my life to keep me sober. That's a constant prayer. That's a constant thing that I'm asking for. So, I like the fact that most 12-step programs are not about religion. Because it can't be. How can you exclude somebody from getting sober? Right. Like a great way that it made a great impression on me was getting sober in California. I went to a men's meeting, bro, and there were Africans, Jamaicans, people from Korea, Vietnamese, a Brazilian, like I'm native. A couple of natives were in there, a lot of Caucasians, different kinds of Caucasians. Like it was like an international meeting. So like I felt right at home. And that was in Fountain Valley Alano Club. So, shout out to, Alonzo and Marco and them fellas up there doing their thing. But it was it left a great impression on me, because it had nothing to do with religion at all. And I was told, that AA uses Native American spirituality. That's why it was so easy for me to connect on that level. But today, who am I to tell somebody that my way is more important than theirs, or that I'm right and they're wrong? So I could never condemn anybody for what they believe in. Right. Because this God thing is to some people it's new. I was told that I could use a cup as my higher power. And when I first heard this, I laughed. Like I laughed out loud. And the guy turned around and he looked at me and said, "Well, you know why people can use this cup?" He said, "Because that cup's doing its job." You know, and that's all he had to say is shut me up. You know, this cup is doing its job, and whenever you need it, and you need this for whatever reason that it is, he said it's only supposed to do one thing, and what's it doing? It's holding your liquid, and when you need it, all you got to do is grab it and use it. That made that made sense to me. He said a doorknob, an ashtray, this stand, this microphone, it started making sense to me. That thing is doing its job. So I mean, who am I to tell somebody what their higher power is? Do we have any comments before we go on to Mr. Sunday?
I think it's Aja.
Good
Says,
job.
hey,
Uncle.
do you have a flyer about the sweats or about the talking circles?
We do have one for the talking circles. But also on our Facebook page, the same one that you're watching this on, you can go to our Facebook page and it'll have them on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of our meetings are here at 1950 South Shepherd in El Reno. And, kind of the sweat thing, it's kind of more of a traditional, word of mouth. You
Yeah.
won't ever catch us putting it on Facebook or, that's kind of we're kind of old school. But, get in touch with us. And, we usually have those out at Concho. And more and more people from that are in recovery have been showing up. So, we have some great brothers, man. We have some good brothers.
Yeah.
My brother George, my sister Heather, my instructor, Mr. Perry, they make these things possible for us. So, yeah, just get in touch with us and we'll be able to, maybe we'll get a chance to pray together. So, but go ahead, Domingo.
Oh, we had one more comment.
Oh, Terry says, Inch J Chabon,
Che.
shout out from
Yeah.
downstairs. Good.
Hey, all right, Uncle Terry.
Yeah. And then Aisha says, yes, okay, my daughter wants to go to rehab.
Wow, yeah. Send us a message. Send us a message, and we will call you when we get done with this.
Loud. Yeah, it's getting louder.
Go ahead,
All right.
Mr. Vejo.
Yo.
Drop
Nah,
that beat.
yeah. No, I think religion, it's an important thing because, like you said, you can't just tell anybody, let your ego out at the door, and the road is wide for all the nations, all different prayers. We all pray to our higher power of all the different religions and nationalities, and because we ain't praying to the devil. So it's it's
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. Eh? So I mean, I don't know. That's just the way I look at it. Because I know everybody wants good for each other, and despite what's happened in the past, it's in the past. But being able to learn, and I told my sons talk to me about they're going to church. I just told them, yeah, that's fine. You're praying.
Good.
It's a good thing. It's like I just talked to him a little bit about it, and and about his people, and what you learn is that's a good thing. Learning about Jesus and God and Creator and the Bible, and everything's
Good.
everything's true, and everything's it takes time to learn. It was a good feeling that he's going and able to his friends, his football and baseball buddies go. So, and I just blessing that they're able to do that and able to even meet all the different nationalities and friends that we meet over the years. And this weekend we got to dance with some of the Colombian dancers, and man, it was like it wasn't just Colombian dancers. They had Salvadorians, Mexico, Guatemala. They had all kinds of dancers from all over, and
Are they all different tribes?
yeah, different tribes, different
cool.
the way they wear the culture on their outfits, and it was
Mhm.
all different, and their songs are different, and able to do that Scissor Tail Park. They invited us to come out and open up for them, because they believe like we love what she says. She love how we wear our culture, and this is y'all's land. We want y'all to open it up for our show.
Yeah.
So it was a very honor doing that. And even at the end of it, we stayed and we danced and we all danced to their music. And it was just, I don't know, everybody's having a good time, taking pictures. And I don't know, it was good. Like, it felt good there for just a couple minutes. We were all as one, you know, it was a good feeling. So, yeah, that's all I got.
That's good.
Ahoo.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was their beat like the same or?
It was a little different. Some had some drummers, like drum, and then they didn't really sing. They would kind of like, I guess their war cries or hollers, and then they would have their drum going, and then some of them had, I don't know, like the way they just had different instruments to their song, to their musics. So like the Salvadorians, they dressed very different compared to like the Aztec dancers and the Mayan dancers, and then you had the Colombian dancers with the big dresses. So
That's cool.
yeah, it was amazing. It was cool, man. It was a good time. Like I felt that spirit out there. Like we were just all dancing together as one.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty awesome. I like that example.
yeah.
It's a good example. Mr. Revelis.
Knife Chief.
Mr. Knife Chief.
Am I commenting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you guys kind of hit it all on the head. I mean, I grew up, my early life, I didn't even know I was Native. It took tragedy happening in my family for me to even realize that I had a Native American side. I grew up a little Mexican boy. No idea what was going on until I lost my mom and my dad and got moved to Oklahoma to live with other family. And once that happened, my whole world was opened up to who I was and like who my people are and everything else. And we got, to move in with a really strong lady that taught us a lot.
Great lady. She was a great lady.
And, she didn't just teach us about who we are. She taught us about who we could be. And that was a big part. And always be respectful. Always be respectful, no matter where a person is coming from. And her quote was always, you never know what somebody may be going through.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the only kind person that they ever meet, ever.
Yeah.
And you have to show them that respect. And I just, that kind of grounded us to being who we are. I mean, if you talk to any one of her children now, I mean, we're going to go and do anything and everything that we can to try to make sure that you're good. And that's just how our family is. And I think that, growing up in the environment that we did really helped shape who we are, to be respectful of not just people's cultures, but people's religions, people's traditions. Yeah, we had our own, but you have to be responsible enough to understand that not everybody comes from the same place.
Yeah.
And that could be just an environment. Some people haven't even got to learn who
don't
they
even
are
know.
yet.
Yeah.
And some people are so lost in addiction from an early age, they have no idea who even they are.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a big part of why we do what we do and why we endorse Recovering Out Loud, why we're trying to grow this circle that we have, why we invite as many people in as we can, because we're only going to get stronger by learning more about each other and learning where everybody's come from, because no one has the same story. Everybody can have similar stories, but they're not the same.
All roads are beautiful.
Yeah. And I think it's key that, everybody understands that the road that we walk on is wide. And yeah, you still may falter off of it from time to time, but
that's
you
okay.
can still come back.
Always.
And so I just think that's kind of a big part of, who we are. And that's what I got from today. So.
Ahoo. What is that big comment?
That's from Be All. But
yeah.
Before then, Jen says, are we going to go on Facebook now instead of YouTube?
Yes. It's all, we're back.
Yeah. But
as long as this guy don't be cussing around and
burping around. But we should be live on both Facebook.
Yeah, we're
and
back
YouTube.
on Facebook.
So, then Gib Beard says Noah. Pawnee brother over there.
All right.
BL says spirituality is essential for recovery, providing meaning, purpose, and inner peace. It fosters healing through forgiveness, strengthens community connections, and helps manage stress and negativity, enabling individuals to achieve holistic healing in a fulfilling life, regardless of religion. So,
thank you for that comment, brother.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm learning about my spirituality is that it gives life to things.
Mhm.
You know, um, it gives life to different parts of my life that I needed that spirituality to show up, but I didn't know how. You know, like I think about my mental part, and I used to just think that I was just suffering. You know, like I didn't know I could never get it right. You know, I could never get my mentality in the right place. It didn't match my physical. It didn't match my spiritual. It didn't match my emotional. You know, but once I gave these things life, you know, I found a way to get them all on the same wavelength. You know, like we're all on the same vibration.
Mm.
You know, we work at. I try to work at a high vibration. You know, I try to just operate. You know, operate on when I look at all four phases of my life and how they're interconnected. You know, from the bad to the good. You know, like it's all interconnected. You know, and my spirituality brought a lot of things to life that I didn't. You know, I just considered them dead. You know, or not a part of my life. So now, you know, when I'm able to associate the physical with my mental and my emotional, and most of all, like my spiritual, you know, like I'm able to give those things life today. And it's a part of my life that I never knew existed. So, you know, I feel empowered. I feel empowered today. So, do we have any more comments, Mr. Rebellis, Mr. Knife Chief?
Knife
Aisha
Chief.
says, yes, my grandma said the same thing too. Respect others' culture. And then Legend gets on here and says, good afternoon. I'm 346 days well.
Hey, all right.
Blessed day, brothers. I love tours, she says.
Thank you, sis. Thank you
Thanks,
for
sis.
sharing that with
I
us.
heard.
Thank you for
Nice.
sharing that with us. Yeah, we're almost there. You know, one day at a time. One day at a time. I'm not gonna jump the gun for you
Yeah.
and say you're almost there. You know, you're doing the thing daily, so we appreciate you, sis.
Yep.
But so I'm probably not gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah, me either.
I'm not either.
So it'll be up to the ladies. It'll be up to the ladies to handle this. Tonight we're having a talking circle here at 1950 South Shepherd here in El Reno. When you pull up to the building, you pull all the way to the back and you park on the south side. There's a door on the south side of our building, and that's where you come in and out of.
Is our tour logo?
Yeah, it has our tour logo on the door, and so that'll be tonight. But next week will be our talking, our speaker meeting. On Thursday night. We will be broadcasting that on, you know, with the lovely Farrah Charlie. You know, she has a powerful story. I've known Farrah for some years, you know, and to watch her grow is like, it's a powerful thing. You know, we need to show more women were in her position that this thing is possible. So, you know, I kind of want, you know, I look up to, you know, kind of how the accomplishments she's had, and I wanted my daughter to kind of, um, I guess, mimic or
Learn from her
maybe learn.
story.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe learn. I mean,
Take
yeah,
take
because it's basically the same situation.
Yeah.
Mm.
So to watch Farrah's growth, man, it's been, you know, you love that for a person. You know, you loved watching them be able to be who they truly are. So, you know, my daughter kind of, you know, I you know, that's why my daughter is where she's at, so she can kind of see what Fair is doing, and I want her to follow in her footsteps.
Mm.
So, do we have any more? Is that another comment?
Yep. BL says, when I first stepped onto the Red Road, I encountered a confusing landscape of religion and spirituality.
Yeah,
It wasn't until I worked with my sponsor, a Mexican from LA, that everything changed. Our connection was profound, and he illuminated the crucial distinctions between the two, providing me with clarity and understanding that I had been seeking.
definitely. You know, and my sponsor was a non-native. You know, so I mean, you know, it has nothing to do with religion at all. You know, and what I liked about my sponsor is he asked me, "What do you call God? Who's God to you?" And I told him, it's Mahiot. It's the great mystery. We refer to him as the creator, but like we don't know exactly what he is because he's so great. He's so many great things. Like you can't say like he's one certain thing. He's everything that's good. So when I told him creator, now he refers to God as creator. It's pretty cool to hear him in an AA meeting, and instead of saying God, he'll say creator. So
Awesome.
yeah, and he's came and sweat with this before too. Yeah,
Shane.
shout
Mr.
out to
Shane.
Mr. Shane. So shout out to my sponsor, man. He really set a great example of this thing isn't about religion at all. It's good to believe in a higher power. But I don't know. I just hear Rezi over there snacking around.
I know, making us hungry again.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we have any more?
It doesn't look like we have any more. I mean, it's been different now that we have all these
It is.
comments now.
It is. We
so
enjoy it.
It's good.
I love all the comments. I love all the interaction. We appreciate, all the way up to Manitoba. That's pretty awesome. We appreciate you tuning in. I know more people will get to see that we're back on Facebook. It was like what, about a whole month?
It was a month. Yeah.
It was one whole month that we were off of Facebook. But we were still on YouTube doing our thing. But this is where like the majority of our supporters are. So I seen one more comment pop up down there.
BL just says the unseen.
The unseen world, yes. The unseen and the seen, how they are so interconnected. I love these Will Bradley teachings, So, but that's all I really got.
Yeah. Men's conference this weekend.
Starts on Sunday.
Starts on Sunday night here in Shine Arapahoe Country.
Yep.
And it'll be at where, Elkanah?
Fam.
First American Museum.
Bam. I only get to go the one day.
Oh, Sunday.
No, Monday.
Monday.
And then I will be doing a Fathers of Tradition training with Mr. Albert Tipman.
Albert.
So that's pretty cool. That's my bro. That is my brother. So I'm looking forward to that. One more White Bison training under my belt. Yeah. But yeah, so I won't be here tomorrow. It'll be up to the ladies to handle this tomorrow.
Des won't be here either.
Des, you're not gonna be here either.
So it'll be up to Tatum.
Tatum, and well, I might be able to come in and
Tater
help him.
Tot Escott.
Yeah, I might be able to come in and help him. Yeah, I should be able to if she needs me. If she needs me.
Yeah.
But if not, like, share, follow. Tell your mammy about us, and we will see you soon. I hope.